Hey guys, so I know a bunch of us have had questions about getting images up onto sites. So I wanted to show a couple of the common issues we have with sites arrangement or getting the actual picture up there and having it stay up there. The first one is something that I noticed with Louisa's Arabidopsis page, that for the most part it looks fantastic, but as you notice as I scroll down to the bottom, there's some issues down here with the words not lining up under the pictures. What causes this is actually the site width and the resolution. Because if I zoom out with my computer, you notice it starts to look more organized. All the pictures are on their lines and all the words are under it in the right place. But if you went to a different computer that had a different screen resolution, it would be zoomed in a little bit more and it would look weird. You notice that now that all the pictures are not right, and it can be very frustrating for you guys. So if you're using a computer with a big screen that's mainly rectangular, it's going to look different than if you get on another machine. But there is a way to fix this so that it shows up the same on every single site. And so where you go to do that is if you go into the More settings and do Edit Site Layout. It's up here under Site Width. Instead of doing Theme Default, which changes as the window changes, so you notice even if, another example is if I take the window and I squeeze it in and out, it's going to move the pictures around, and then if I drag it back out, they'll go back to the right spot. So what you can do is come over here and do Custom. And what you're going to want to do is do a pixel size. So we may want to say that, maybe 1,000 pixels is going to be the way it's set. So we can set that, see it saved, and we can look at this and be like, no, 1,000 pixels is not good at all. So what we can do is we can come back in here and we can keep playing with this until we get it exactly where we want it. So that's getting a little bit better. We can scroll down and see, is that where we want it? Not quite. You can see down here at the bottom we need it to be a little bit bigger. Let's see, do we get it right? Nope, we still need to go a little bit bigger. There we go. And so now all these pictures should stay lined up, and regardless of what computer you access to look on it, the screen you might have to scroll to the right or left to see the whole thing, but it should stay in. So even if I zoom in, you notice that the pictures are no longer moving and reorganizing themselves. They're staying right where they need to be. So if I go back to it, to that picture page, everything's right here, and I can scroll down and all the pictures are in the right place. So that's the first thing you're going to want to see. Now you notice the page now takes up from edge to edge, and as I squeeze the window, the pictures are no longer rearranging themselves. So that's the first thing to think about when your pictures are not lining up correctly. The other issue I've seen is similar to what Fluvana is having an issue with, where when you create your site, all your pictures are there, and then you go back to it later on and they're no longer showing up. This is because of a broken link. So if I right click on one of these pictures and try to open the image in a new tab and see it by itself, what this tells me is that it's somehow blocked. Either somebody pulled it from an email address, or they pulled it from their Google Drive and it's not set to being a public image, or they're saving it to their Google Plus page and they don't have the album set as being open to the public. So this can be a little bit of an issue. So what you need to do to make sure that you don't have this problem is I'm going to show you two different ways to insert some pictures. So when I go in here to insert, if I'm going to do it down at the bottom of their page so it's easy for me to take these pictures out when I'm done. If I'm going to insert an image, when it comes up, it gives me two options, either an uploaded image or a web address. Now, if you're going to use a web address, you have to be really careful. If it's an image that you say you got from Google Images, I obviously can't use the address up here. I have to click on a picture, and then even here, this is not the right one. I want to click on View Image. So I see a page that is just the image with a white background, and this is the URL that points to this image. So I wanted to copy that and come back to here and say I'm going to use a web address. I'm going to paste it in here, and you should see the image displayed. If you've done it correctly, the image will display in here. And then when I click OK, the image will now be on the page and it will stay there. The other option might be, though, if you're using an image that was emailed to you. So if I click on an email, I'm going to bring up some pictures of my new puppy. And if I click View, this is where it can be deceiving, because this looks like the right thing. It's showing me the image just with a white background. But if it says mail attachment, the only person that will be able to see it is the person whose email it belongs to, because it's not really downloaded anywhere. It's just showing me an image that's saved in my account. So this isn't a publicly available picture. So what I would need to do is to download this image. Put it just on the desktop so it's easy to find. And then go back to my site and go to Insert Image, choose an uploaded image, and then navigate to that specific image and let it load up and put itself in here. And you'll notice a lot of times your images from phones and stuff will come in with the wrong orientation. You do need to go into Paint or something and flip it. But if somebody's having a question with that, contact me directly and I'll show you how to do that. And so now when I click Save, the pictures are on here. And if I right-click them and do Open Image in a new tab, and I'm going to do it for both of them just so you guys can see the difference. It shows the exact, this is the one from the website, and it shows the same website where I pulled it from. And then this one, which the one I pulled from my email, you'll notice that it starts with the actual URL for your website. And if it's an uploaded image, that's how you know you've done it correctly. It means it's saved to that site. So most likely what's happened with their page is that these were emailed images or they're hosted somewhere that is not publicly available. So when you have that issue, definitely make sure to contact me and we'll try to figure out exactly where those pictures are from. The best person to contact me is the person who originally put these pictures up here. So hopefully this helps you a little bit with your picture organization. If you still have specific questions, remember to email me and send me the exact link to the page that's having issues and tell me exactly what the issue is, because like you saw before, it'll look different on different monitors. Okay, so hopefully this has helped you guys. Let me know if you have any questions